Hello, my friends, and welcome to episode 1 of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Loner Deck Battles Synchro and X Exceed Festival edition. So I missed a few upload times in the past few days. So I'm sorry about that. I didn't upload them on the days that I wanted to, but the let's play it's okay because you can basically watch it whenever and it won't affect this series here. The introduction, maybe you should watch it before, but it shouldn't affect this video very much since these decks are pre-built anyway. But anyway, let's get into the first deck, and this video might be a bit longer than the rest because I want to give myself a little bit extra time to go over decks, but I don't think I'm going to go over them in excruciating detail because it can take a while if I go through it with a lot of detail. So I'm just going to try to go as fast as I can. Anyway, the first deck is called Intersection of Two Colors. And then the deck's description reads, use Magician Pendulum monsters and call forth a variety of dragons, such as Odd Eyes. They will allow you to fight flexibly for Synchro and Exceed summoning after Pendulum summoning. Particularly important is Odd Eyes Rebellion Dragon Overlord. It can be Exceed summoned on top of Dark Rebellion Exceed Dragon, and with its Pendulum effect, you can Exceed summon another Rebellion Exceed monster by placing on top of this card to turn the tide of battle. Yeah, so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna basically treat this as how I am when I'm going over the loner decks in solo mode, where I talk about them a little bit, but I more just show you the effects if you want to read them. This effect basically allows you to special summon another Odd Eyes. It can even special summon itself from the hand deck or graveyard, so that's pretty cool. This is another target for that card. And this also allows you to be able to helps you go into Synchro monsters with its Pendulum and monster effects. That's pretty cool. And then Time Gaze of Magician. Oh, this is a card that you can add off of the Astrograph Sorcerer, I believe. Oh wait, no, that's Star Gaze of Magician. My bad. That's not this one. Yeah, so it basically helps protect your Pendulum Zone cards, which is nice because then it makes it a little bit harder for your opponent to disrupt your Pendulum scale. Which helps you Pendulum summon, so that's pretty cool. And then also it helps protect you in a few other ways as well. And then Noble Dragon Magician is basically wants you to use specific monsters for Synchro summons. But you can but it doesn't really has any specifications if you're using her and another card for Exceed summons, but you can't even do that since you don't have a rank 3, so you're probably just gonna be using her for Synchro summons anyway. But yeah, it does have another effect which lets you special summon herself, making maybe it a little bit easier to Synchro summon into a level 7 basically. And then the next card is Performable Pendulum Sorcerer. His important effect is that you get to is that he can search for more performable monsters and trigger the effects of cards that want to be destroyed by card effect, or trigger the effects of Chronograph Sorcerer and Astrograph Sorcerer that have effects when cards are destroyed by card effect. And then Wisdom Eye Magician allows you to is a card that can just destroy itself to like change up your scales a little bit, thin out your deck a little bit. And then it can also like help change up your scales a little bit for like easier pendulum summoning. And then Xiang Shang helps you helps you by allowing you to use Exceed monsters as synchro material, like, or like maybe Exceed material even. And then maybe like even like help destroy even more by battle by changing up its attack a little bit while it's monster. This one allows you to like search for search for most of the cards in your deck. And then Harmonizing Magician can basically help get out like more monsters onto the field to like make it a little bit easier to go for Synchro or Exceed plays. And then Double Iris Magician. You can only you can only target Dark Spellcaster type monsters you control with its effect, where like they double any battle damage. So that's pretty good. And then it also allows you to like add a Pendulum Graph card from your deck to your hand once destroyed by battle card effect, which you can trigger yourself through the use of some other cards. And then this allows you to like this is basically the same as Double Iris Magician, but like it allows you to target a Dark Spellcaster type monster in your graveyard instead. It has a little bit of a pretty good pendulum effect as well. And then White Wing Magician, I think the main part is going to be that monster effect that though. And then this is helps protect your Dark Spellcaster monsters a little bit. And then and since they're always treated as specific like other cards, I'm not sure if they actually treat as Magician cards. I'm not sure or not. This one helps boost your Dark Spellcaster monsters up a bit. And also like it has a pretty good like when destroyed by a battle card effect, which you can again trigger yourself. This one has effects depending on the type of monster you control, or and it can also help protect your Synchro and Exceed monsters as well. Stargazer Magician, which which this is the one that you can add off of the Astrograph Sorcerer. So this yeah, so this is the one that you can add off of Astrograph Sorcerer, and I believe you add it off of wait, no, this is, and then this one adds you the Time Gazer Magician. Okay. So yeah, this has like specific effects. I think they're mainly there to be searched off of like Time Gazer and or Chronograph and Astrograph Sorcerer. They don't really have like too great of effects, I would think, but like I mean it can come up, I guess. And then this one can like help add like monsters either from your X deck to your hand or from your graveyard to your hand. It can also help recycle your Exceed monsters, some of your Exceed monsters, which is pretty nice. And then or Synchro monsters. And then Chronograph Sorcerer can basically add you your Time Gazer Magician, and it also like allows you like special summon itself and one other monster from your hand when that triggers when another one of your cards are destroyed by battle card effect, which you can like trigger yourself through some effects. And then Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon is can like doubles its own battle damage as its monster effect, which is pretty nice. But I think it's the pendulum effect that you're mostly gonna be using it for, allowing you to add another pendulum monster from your deck to your hand with like 1500 less attack, which is like gives you quite a few targets still. Yeah. And then Xianke Magician also basically helps you like use your Exceed monsters as Synchro or Exceed material, but in a lesser way, but still pretty good. And then also this one can negate light monsters effects, which is pretty nice. I'm not sure if you have any light monsters in your own deck that you want to be negating, but like I mean, like maybe like it can be good for negating your own light monsters effects if like you want to do that for some reason. And then Dragon Collar Magician is kind of cool because like it can change one of your own monsters to dragon or one of your opponent's monsters to dragon, which both can come into play sometimes. And then this card can change itself to dragon. And then also gives the monster that uses it as Synchro material or Exceed material, the fact that like when it battles a dragon monster, its attack becomes double. So basically you can like help trigger that by then like having its like pendulum effect to like target a monster with really high attack on your opponent's side of the field, and then that Exceed and Synchro can like more easily beat over it. But like that can take quite a bit of steps. I'm not sure how often that will come up, but still pretty good. And then this one is kind of the same as the other Sorcerer card, but instead of like the Time Gazer, it adds the Stargazer Magician, or it places it in your Pendulum Zone. And then it basically has like a similar effect when like a card is like destroyed by a battle card effect as to the other sorcerer, but instead of being from the hand, it has to be from the X deck, graveyard, or banish, and it has to have been destroyed that turn, which may not be like too difficult. And then if like you do have an extra copy of that monster in your deck, you can like add another one. But like mostly you have like one ofs for the monsters, so like that may not come up very often, but it can come up sometimes. And then anyway, Hoppy's Feather Duster is pretty straightforward. Pendulum Call allows you to add Magician Pendulums to your deck, so that's pretty good. It can like help you set up your scales with specific numbers, so that's pretty cool. And then Duelist Alliance allows you to search for a pendulum monster or a pendulum spell or trap. So yeah, add one pendulum monster. I'm not sure if that would allow you like what monsters that will allow you to add, but you should be able to like add some of your spell or traps. I'm not exactly sure we can add with this one, but like we'll have to see. And then Spiral Flame Strike basically is a card that works with the Odd Eyes monsters. It's pretty nice effect, allowing you to like destroy any card in the field, or like its second effect allows you to add the Odd Eyes, so that's pretty cool. And then Lightning Storm, pretty straightforward. Pendulum Exceed allows you to special summon the cards in your pendulum zones, and then you get to exceed summon using those monsters. So like you can like purposely put monsters with the same level in your pendulum zones so that you can like be able to like activate this effect afterwards, but you probably want to like use monsters that you don't care about them being in your pendulum zone anyway, so like you can like force it. And then Sky Iris is pretty nice. It allows you to like add an Odd Eyes card from your deck to your hands. Another card that like that can help trigger any like destruction by card effects. And then Star Pendulum Graph. This can be searched off of that one monster that this monster that searches for Pendulum Graph cards. I think this is its only target. Oh, the Duelist Alliance basically, I think, searches for the Pendulum Call, and then you can, like, act, and then that's a pretty nice card. But yeah, I believe this is the only search for that one card. But yeah, this one has a pretty nice effect. Oh, I think you have the, yeah, no, you can search for a Pendulum Graph, and then also you can search for a Duelist Alliance, for the Pendulum switch off of Duelist Alliance too, so yeah. You have two targets for both of those cards. And then Call by the Grave, pretty straightforward. Infinite Impermanence is pretty straightforward as well. Like I go over that a lot. And then Time Pendulum Graph helps protect your spellcaster monsters a little bit. And then also it allows you to like trigger destruction based effects, allows you to destroy cards on your opponent's side of the field. And then if it did not just, and then even if your opponent tries to get rid of their monster before it's able to destroy it, you can then just send one card on the field to the graveyard instead. So, or like basically what you can do is you can purposely like activate this card, like try destroying one of your opponent's monsters with destruction immunity abilities, to like purposely make it so that it's not destroyed, and then you can just send to graveyard instead. So that's pretty cool too. I don't believe any of your monsters actually, or like what you could do is you could like oh, that's specifically by opponent's card effects. So I don't think there's any like thing you can like target. You might have cards that are immune to card destruction, but I think most of the time you're just gonna like be destroying two cards. And then Pendulum Switch allows you to like special summon monsters from Pendulum Zone, which is pretty nice because then it can trigger the monster effects. Maybe like if they have a monster effect that activates when they special summon, or like if you decide you want to use them for other reasons, you can like special summon your Pendulum monster, or like if you want to like set your Pendulum scale up with something else. Since you can't like just like send a monster to the graveyard or whatever and then like replace it with something else, you can't just do it that way. So yeah, pretty cool. And then also allows you like set up your Pendulum Zone with monsters on the field. So that's pretty nice. It's got some pretty good effects right there. And then Clearwing Synchro Dragon, pretty cool. It can negate some of your opponent's high level monster effects. It has a lot of like effects that like are anti like high level monster effects basically. Which is pretty good because most of the time your opponent's synchro monsters are gonna be higher level. And then this allows you like to special summon one of your Pendulum Zone cards, which not bad. Ardai's Wing Dragon has is a Pendulum Synchro, which is pretty nice. And then so yeah, and then it allows you to place in your Pendulum Zone when it's destroyed, so that's pretty cool. So it can set up like, and it has a pretty nice scale too, so that's not bad. And then it like basically can negate or like destroy all level 5 or high monsters your opponent controls. Not bad. And then Dark Rebellion Sea Dragon can help you get over stuff. Time Star Magician allows you to search for a bunch of stuff, not bad. And then also can like help protect the other cards. And then Arc Rebellion Sea Dragon. Oh, this can't be destroyed by card effects. So yeah, you can actually target the Arc Rebellion Sea Dragon, one of your opponent's monsters, destroy that opponent's card, but not the Arc Rebellion Sea Dragon, and then you get to like trigger the other effect of Time Pendulum Graph, and then get rid of another card your opponent controls. So that's pretty nice too. So yeah, here we go. And then here's some of the other cards. Not gonna go over them too much. Like, allows you to negate attacks with this one. Yeah, I gotta get through this. So here's the rest of this effect. And we'll like see them better like as I'm going through the gameplay. But yeah, there's the first deck, and then I'll move on to the next one, which is called Jolly Ghostrick. This deck description reads: this Ghostrick deck specializes in surprising the opponent with effects that flip your or the opponent's monsters to face down defense position. Utilize Ghostrick Shot, which can special summon Ghostrick monsters from the hand or graveyard, or lead to an exceed summon that calls forth your trump monster. Ghostrick or Treat is a powerful card that can block the actions of the opponent's monsters, although it can be prevented if they pay 2,000 life points. So here's this one. Yeah, a lot of these have the same first effect, where they can't be normal summoned unless you control a Ghostrick monster, and I think a lot of them have the effect where like you once per turn change them to face down defense position. And so this one is pretty much all about going into like face down defense position. Yeah, this one allows you to negate a direct attack, or like negate an attack to a Ghostrick monster and special summon itself and face down defense. That's pretty cool. And then Jack Frost. Yeah, so, and then, yeah, this one allows you to actually, like, change that opponent's monster to face down defense in order to special summon this card in face down defense. So, of course, it also negates the effect, too. And then Ghostrick Mary, basically allows you to special summon a Ghostrick monster from your deck and face down defense position when you take damage. That's pretty nice. Like, it can help special summon any of your Ghostrick monsters. And then so this is like basically, I think, one of the starters. And then this one allows you to basically mess with your opponent's monsters by changing them to face down defense position. So that's pretty cool. And then Ghostrick Doll. Yeah, this one allows you to like basically change face up monsters on the field to face down defense. So that includes your opponent's monsters. So that can be pretty cool. And then you get to special summon a Ghostrick with a level less than or equal to the number of monsters that would flip face down. So that can be quite a few targets there. So that's pretty cool. Your highest level Ghostrick monster is going to be level 4. So most likely you'll probably be able to like special summon any of them, I think. But yeah, you should be able to have a target no matter what. Yeah, and then this allows you to like reset Ghostrick cards from your graveyard, so that's pretty cool. And then you get to like mess with the opponent. These cards are all about like messing with the opponent by changing their monsters face down defense position, so that's pretty cool. And then this one like helps you search for the Ghostrick monsters. And then Ghostrick Stein allows you to search for a Ghostrick spell or trap. And then Siren allows you to like search for a Ghostrick spell or trap as long as you mill a Ghostrick card, which I think most of your cards are Ghostrick cards, so most of the time you'll be able to get that effect to search for a spell or trap. Or you get to change an effect monster your opponent controls face down defense. So like another one that can also mess with the opponent. And then Hoppy's Feather Dust and Lightning Storm. And Ghostrick Shot allows you to special summon a Ghostrick from your hand or graveyard. And then it also like helps you like change face down Ghostricks you control to face up attack, which is pretty nice since like then it gives you like 2 face up monsters basically. And also has an effect that allows you to like attach a Ghostrick card to a Ghostrick Z monster you control. So that's pretty cool. So it helps give that monster more uses of its ability. And then Ghostrick Mansion basically helps protect your defense position monsters. And then also it helps protect your life points by having the battle damage. And even has effect damage too, so like it can make it harder for your opponent to be able to like OTK with like effect damage. So that's pretty nice. And then this is like another one where that also like helps protect your face down monsters. And then but like instead of like having protection and life points a little bit, it gives that up to allow you to like add Ghostricks from your deck to your hand. And it's not even a once per turn. So if they want to like declare a direct attack more than once, you get to just add a bunch of Ghostricks from your deck to your hand. So that's pretty cool. And then Call by the Grave, pretty straightforward. And then Ghostrick Scare. So allowing you to change face down defense position monsters you control to face up. And then changing opponent's monsters face down defense. So like that's another one. And then Ghostrick Break allows you to like recur your Ghostrick monsters. So that's pretty cool. And then Infinite Impermanence, pretty straightforward. And then Ghostrick Retreat. That like having them pay 2,000 life points can also be pretty good. Like if you need that, if they're like down on life points, or like if they're down enough on life points, like maybe they can negate this card. So that's pretty cool. It changes the effect a little bit. It like negates its the opponent's monster's attack and like changes it to face down defense positions. That's pretty cool. Oh, they pay 2,000. So that effect can't be negated. What they're paying 2,000 life points for is like to decide whether it's sent to the graveyard after this card resolves or if it just set again. So that's pretty cool. Most of the time it's probably just gonna be sent to the graveyard. And then Ghostrick Go Round allows you to like another one that allows you to like mess with your opponent a little bit. And then yeah, and then also like helps protect your life points or your monsters, because like when a monster is like changed it, because you could activate these during your during the battle phase, a lot of these during the battle phase, and then your opponent can no longer attack with that monster. They can still like change it to face up attack after the battle phase, but at least they can attack with it. Or you could like do it like right before like they go into like a Synchro summon, and now they can't go into like a Synchro summon with that specific monster. So that can be pretty cool too. or like right after they special summon a monster, because like when they like normal special summon a monster, they can't like change their battle position that turn. And then this one is oh wow, Ghostrick monsters on the field your opponent cannot flip summon. So that means, oh, so that basically makes it so that when you change your opponent's monsters to face down defense position, now your opponent can't change them back to face up attack. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And then Slacker Magician, pretty nice. Basically protects it herself a little bit. Ghostrick Dollar Hand gives himself some extra attack for each Ghostrick card you control, including himself, so he'll come out with 1200 attack right away. So that's pretty cool. And then also have the attack of opponent's monsters while also helping to recur your resources. And then can help protect this card can protect itself from being targeted for attacks. And also, like, basically if you have 2 of these on the field, if you only have 2 of these and nothing else on the field, your opponent cannot attack. And a pretty good combo is like have like 2 of these on the field and also have the Ghostrick Mansion or the Ghostrick Parade. And then now your opponent can't attack face down defense position monsters, and you technically control Saku Boss in attack position. Oh, actually, like even just simply having another one, like one of these on the field, and then having a few defense position monsters basically makes it so that like if you only have her in defense position monsters while you have like Ghostrick Mansion and Parade, now your opponent can't really attack at all. So that's pretty cool. Number 45 Crumble Logos, like basically negates attacks. Mannequin Cat, probably not gonna be going to this a lot. But also like this isn't too bad. Like maybe if you can like if your opponent like plays similar types of attributes to what you play, actually it's pretty nice because you play a lot of different types. I think you pretty much play all Dark though, but like Dark is a pretty abundant attribute, I would say. So like you'll probably be able to get like a special summon off of this. So like maybe like if you know you can go into this. And then Alucard. Yeah, this is basically another way you can like get a attack lock if you control 2 of these. So pretty cool. And then also like allows you to destroy set cards your opponent controls, like including the monsters that you put face down on your opponent's side of the field. So pretty cool. And then Shadow Lich allows you to special summon phantom tokens that you can use for Synchro plays. So that's pretty cool. Oh man, this is another way you can like lock your opponent out of attacks too. Like so there's like quite a few ways you can basically make it so that your opponent can't attack, which is pretty interesting. And then down in Magician, yeah, basically like can like inflict piercing bow damage. So it's something you can go into like if your opponent like as a way to like be able to like inflict damage as your opponent, as you're attacking your opponent's defense position monster that maybe you had put into defense position yourself. It's a way to still inflict bow damage to them. And then this one has a pretty good effect. Like this one is another one that allows you to put your opponent's monsters in the face down defense, or just like simply shuffle a face up card on the field into the deck of your opponent. So yeah, not bad. And then Ghostrick Angel Mischief is the one where, like, if you have 10 materials on this card, you automatically win the duel. You're probably not gonna get that effect very much, but it has some pretty good. It has a pretty good detach effect where you get to add a Ghostrick spell trap from your deck to your hand. And then a really good one to add is probably gonna be the Ghostrick Knight. So that, like, when you're putting your opponent's monsters in the face down defense, they more likely won't be able to do anything with them, really. So yeah, I kind of like this deck. Anyway, let's go into the last one. So this one is a Swordsoul deck. Ooh, nice. Swordsoul isn't bad. Darkblade looming over the Swordsoul. Deck description: a Swordsoul deck that aims to use the Tuna Swordsoul token for Synchro summoning. Call new fires to the battle and take the upper hand. Swordsoul Sinister Sovereign Xing Long Yuan. That's a new one. Is useful for its effect that lets you draw when you successfully Synchro summon another worm type Synchro monster, and for its effect that deal damage when an opponent successfully special summons a monster. The Golden Swordsoul will support you in battle by special summoning itself from the hand to prevent attacks, and by special summoning cards like the Iris Swordsoul when a monster is banished face up. Okay, so I think a lot of you probably like already know this deck, but I'll still go over it for the ones who like aren't too familiar with Swordsoul. But like it's been like showing up quite a bit in Master, so but I'll still go over it. Anyway, this one allows you to basically special summon a token when it's known as special summon, as long as you reveal a Swordsoul or one monster in your hand. Yeah, and basically this deck locks you into Synchro summons, so you can't really play like Exceed summons, but Exceed monsters, but that's okay because the Synchro monsters are really good. So Swordsoul and Moye allows you, like, and these all about basically like being like one card ways of like getting into your Synchro monsters right away. It's basically as a one card way of like being able to go into your level 8 Synchro monsters, so that's pretty nice. And then Swordsoul of Taya allows you to banish a Swordsoul or one monster from your graveyard to special summon. And then the Swordsoul tokens are the same level, are like level 4. So like this also allows you to go into like a level 8 Synchro play by banishing a Swordsoul or one monster. And some of these get effects when they're banished too. So that's pretty nice. This also has the effect that allows you to draw a card when it's used as Synchro material, so that's not bad. And then if this card is used as Synchro material, you get to send a Swordsoul card or one monster from your deck to your graveyard, so that's pretty cool. And then Incredible Ecclesia, you can like special summon herself from the hand as long as your opponent controls more monsters than you do, so that's pretty cool. And then like this is like a way to like be able to like special summon your Swordsoul monsters from your deck. The Fallen Valbat, or like I'm not sure, I don't think you play any Fallen Valbats in this deck, so like it's really only the Swordsoul effect that matters. So yeah. And then like when they're special summoned, they get to use the effect to special summon a Swordsoul, so then you can like go into Synchro plays. And then the last effect doesn't matter since you can't play fusion monsters. And then Golden Swordsoul is the next one, another one that allows you to special summon himself pretty easily. You don't like really have to worry about most of its effects. But also like this is a way to recur your light spellcasters. So basically to recur whose attack equals its own defense. So basically recur the Incredible Ecclesia, and then like be able to like use her effect to special summon out another Swordsoul monster. So that's pretty cool. And then Swordsoul Strategist Long One. Like you basically just special summon him by discarding another Swordsoul or one monster. And then you get to like special summon Swordsoul token, and then you can go into a one of your level 10 synchros with him. So that's pretty cool. And then Swordsoul Auspice. Yeah, and then this one allows you to inflict damage to your opponent whenever he's sent to the graveyard sinking too. And then how are you getting this to the field? Oh, you're getting it to the field by simply like tributing one of your monsters. But I don't know like how often you'll be like wanting to bring him out. Like he's probably one of the weaker cards. And then the Iris Swordsoul allows you to like if you like negate one of your opponent's monsters, if one of your monsters was negated, or if your opponent special summons. Oh wait, no. You get special summon from the hand, and then when your opponent special summons some monster, you get to activate one of these effects. So that's pretty cool. Depending on where it was special summoned from. So there's some pretty nice effects right there. And then Yakuza, you get to banish a level rank 8 monster from the graveyard. Well, it's gonna be level 8. And then it also has an effect while on the field that lets you target a level 8 synchro to like shuffle into a deck. It's gonna be the synchro to like give it extra 1,000 attack. So this allows you to clear your synchro monsters. And then you can banish maybe the Iris Swordsoul. I think the Iris Swordsoul is the only one you can banish in order to special summon it. So this may not like be coming out a lot, but like still not bad. You can also banish one of itself too. And neither of these have effects when they're banished though. Anyway, the spells, like these are pretty straightforward. Like these are like just staple cards, so like I shouldn't need to go through these effects a lot, but like they're more for either like helping to recur your monster, like helping to destroy your opponent's field so that like you can make your plays. And then this one allows you is basically a searcher for your Swordsoul monsters, or like for your one monsters, but I believe all of your one monsters are gonna be your Swordsoul, so like it doesn't really matter. And then also it helps like increase or decrease the levels of your Swordsoul monsters, which can help you maybe go into like different like plays, like, and like it can like help decrease your Swordsoul and Moye to go into the Yaziv or the Yangzing if you'd rather go into that than like your level 8, or like maybe like decrease your level 10 guy to go into level 9 play instead of your level 10 play if you want to do that, or like maybe increase the level. But like no, I think most of the time like the decrease is like what you want to do. And then Swordsoul Sacred Summit allows you to special summon the Swordsoul monsters from your graveyard, and then like you can like make some synchro plays, or you can just target one of your Swordsoul synchros instead, if you want to do it that way, if you like had one in your graveyard. And then this is another one that can like help you go into like different level synchro plays. And then Call by the Grave, very straightforward. Wildfire Dragon Souls, it either allows you to add a one monster, which most of the time you'll probably be using that effect than like the drawing effect, because most of the time the search is much more is much better. Infinite Impermanence is pretty straightforward. Swordsoul Assessment allows you to banish cards to give a monster an extra 300 attack. And since some of the Swordsoul monsters have effects that activate when banished, like this one gains attack and offense equal to the banished card. So like this one can even can gain even more attack and defense off if it's on effect. And then you can also trigger the when a card is banished, you get to banish a card from both the opponent's field and graveyard through the activation of this card. So that's pretty nice. And then Swordsoul Blackout, basically like you destroy you destroy your Swordsoul monster and you destroy 2 cards your opponent controls. So that's pretty cool. And then also it's an effect when it's banished, so like you can like banish it off of the Swordsoul assessment to then like get this effect off. And then you can even you can only use one of these. So like if you banish 2, you can't just special summon 2 tokens, but that's pretty cool. Yeah, not bad. And then Swordsoul Strife. This also has an effect when it's banished, just special summon a Swordsoul token. And then this also this allows you to banish one Synchro monster or a Swordsoul card from your hand, deck, or graveyard, or face up on the field. If a card is banished, like which you're probably gonna do the non-Synchro one instead. Okay, yeah. You could like also just like banish this one off, the blackout off of the Strife to then get the blackouts effect. And then here's the X deck. So Yazi Evil, the Yang Zing. So this one. This allows you to when this card you control is destroyed by battle, card effect sent to the graveyard, gets special summon 1 monster from deck in defense position. It's pretty cool. It's any of your Swordsoul monsters basically, and you can like trigger its own effect with its first effect too. Yeah, because you get to use each of them in the same turn, so that's pretty cool. And then Boxia allows you to basically target cards on the field and to shuffle into a deck based on the number of different original attributes for the 1 monster used for a single summon this card, which is pretty cool because if you use like Tire, like that would be basically 2 different attributes. So now you can like shuffle in 2 different cards on your opponent's field into the deck. So that's pretty cool. And then like also you can basically you get to like trade one of your cards off for a level 4 lower monster in your graveyard. So that's pretty nice. You can special summon one of your Swordsoul monsters to go into like other Synchro plays. And then Swordsoul Grandmaster. This one allows you to like either add to your hand and banish a Swordsoul card from your deck, either triggering one of your like maybe like traps that like have an effect when they're banished in order to get another token on the field, or just simply adding to your hand one of your Swordsoul monsters or like Swordsoul spell or traps to get their effect when they're activated. Maybe like adding the emergence so that you can like thin your deck out a bit more, like since you can like add the emergence to then add a Swordsoul monster. Yeah, and then also like you're able to banish a Swordsoul card or a 1 monster, which I guess matters a little bit. Like if you have like one of the Yang Zing Synchros in your graveyard, then you get to like negate a effect monster's effects. So that's pretty cool, which can then trigger the Iris Swordsoul. Not bad. And then Chao Feng, Phantom of the Yang Zing. allows you to like it can protect itself a little bit, and it also like is able to like add a tuner from your deck to your hand, which can basically add the. Is this the only? Oh, there's only. So it's either this one or the Ecclesia, which it can then like help you with the other plays. So that's pretty cool. And then once per turn, when a monster your opponent controls is a sort of a battle card effect, you get special summon one monster from your deck. That's pretty good. As long as its original attribute matches the original attribute that one of the destroyed monsters had. So basically you would want... Oh, this is also a worm, so that's pretty cool. You can also add this one off of the Swordsoul Emergence. So you have Earth, Fire, Wind. So basically as long as it's Earth, Fire, Wind, you'll be able to get like the search or the special summons. So that's pretty cool. And then the Swordsoul Supreme Sovereign Shenging is a pretty good one that not only gives itself some extra attack but also lowers your opponent's attack and defense for each banished card. That's for both you and your opponent, which is pretty cool. So like if there's like a lot of banished cards that can like it can like affect the field in a pretty big way. And then you get to banish a card from the graveyard instead if it would be destroyed by card effects, so it has a built-in protection. And since it's banishing a card, then it gets the effect that allows you to banish a card from both the opponent's field and graveyard. And the second effect can just be used as many times as you want, so like you can just keep protecting him. It's just the last effect that has the hard once per turn, so that's pretty cool. And then the final card is going to be Swordsoul Sinister Sovereign Xing Xing Long Yuan. This is a one that just came out in the new selection pack, allowing you to basically draw a card when you sync or summon another Earth one monster, and that's not hard once per turn, so you can just keep drawing cards off of that effect. So that's pretty cool. I'm not sure how often you'll be able to sync summon one monsters with this deck, but like still pretty cool that you get to like keep like accruing more resources in your hand. And then you get to like banish one of your opponent's monsters when your opponent would try to special summon a monster. So like if they basically, so what you could do is you could just wait until they make an Exceed play and then just banish that Exceed, or maybe just banish like the material for the that they wanted to keep on the field for their Synchro play. And each effect is a hard once per turn, but you can like use all of them in the same turn if you would like. Oh, so I guess you can only like draw a card once. Okay, so that first effect, like you can't just keep special summoning in the same turn, just drawing a bunch. It's not like the TG Hyper Librarian where you could with that one. Looks like that's how it is. But like it's still a pretty good effect, and then like and then the whole like being able to banish a spell or trap card effect once activated is pretty good if your opponent was trying to activate a field spell or continuous spell or trap, especially since those cards need to be kept on the field to be able to like carry out their effects. But even if you know your opponent isn't playing continuous, you can just do like it for like normal spells or traps, just so you can get like up the banish count for this guy. So pretty nice. So yeah. So those are the 3 decks right there. I think like they all look like pretty interesting decks. I think these are probably giving me my 2 favorite ones, and then this one. I'm just not really as into Pendulum decks, and I find them a little confusing to play. So hopefully I give you a good showing of this, but like I'm sorry like if like I get confused a little bit. But I'll like try to like get I should be able to get in some plays before I actually like show you gameplay of it for over the next weekend. So that I can like give you as good representations of these three decks as possible. Anyway, I'll go ahead and do the Bible verse discussion now. I'll try to find a new one. Here we go. I think I can do this one. So here, this is from Mark 8:36. Hold on. Dang it. I'll try to. What good is it for a man to gain the whole world, yet forfeit his soul? And that's Mark 8:36. So basically, what that's trying to say is like you want to make sure that you're what you're doing for the right reasons. You don't want to like basically what it's saying is you don't want to worship idols when well you're a Christian, because like there's only one God. And like if you basically worship idols, you're breaking one of the commandments, and that's what it's basically saying. And maybe that can go for any of the commandments. Like you don't want to break any of the commandments. You want to try to keep them so that like you can like show as much love to Jesus as you can. I think that's my take on it anyway. So let me know what you think of the verse down below. But I'll go ahead and go into a quick pack opening now. So anyway, please like, share, and subscribe, and consider ringing that notification bell for regular content, either on this Loner Deck Battle series or like for any of the other content that I make. I'll be doing another Let's Play for Master Duel tomorrow, and I'll be doing Let's Play for Let's Play for Master Duel tomorrow, and I'll be doing a Let's Play for Battle for Bikini Bomb Rehydrated on Tuesday, starting Tuesday of next week. So here's the pack openings. Oh yeah, and also please leave a comment if you could to like help improve the algorithm a little bit, so this video can maybe hopefully get up to more people. So bye everyone, and then for the rest of you who want to stay for the pack opening, here's what I got from that. Ebonhigh Magician, Primateal Falcon, Pandaborg, Interplanetary Purple Thorny Beast, wow. Dry Gumo, Puppet Master, Horse Servant, Element Dragon, Storming Wind, Sage of Silence, Gargle Golem, Woodland Archer, Shadal Hound, Trial of Nightmare, Hitoden Shank, One Who Hunts Souls, Unicycler, Double Attack, Gemini Counter, Star Siphon. I think I'm going to go with my favorite card being Shadal Hound, because this could actually be the most useful out of all of them. Since this is actually a Shadal monster, and Shadals aren't too bad. Although I'm not sure if this is one of the Shadal monsters actually used. But it has a pretty good flip effect though, at the very least. Still, I don't think it's going to be used very much. Because it's like graveyard effect isn't as good, but still it like represents a good archetype at least. So I'll go with it because of that. So let me know what your favorite card is from the pack opening if you would like, and down in the comments. And I'll be seeing everyone in tomorrow's video hopefully, or at least a lot of you.